Good afternoon, YouTube and TI community worldwide. I trust you're all doing well. Shane Gibbs, targeted individual from the UK. Today I want to run over a couple of topics. You must forgive me if I'm a little bit squinty. I've just spent the past 2.5 hours designing protest banners and a new batch of flyers for TI television. It was quite a daunting task, actually, I won't lie to you, but I got there in the end. They've all been ordered now, and hopefully they should be with me within the next week or two. We over the weekend, myself and quite a large group of targeted individuals actually held a meeting and up in London to do some more filming for TI television. The day went very, very well. I was very pleased with the outcome. It was also a good opportunity to sit around the room and the table and have some decent conversation with people that are going through the same things as we are and as you are. Because I'm gathering if you're watching this video, then you're a targeted individual. So yeah, that was quite an interesting day's filming, and we're going to be planning on doing some more larger scale meetings in the coming future, possibly in the new year. Now we're getting a little bit too close for Christmas, and the weather's getting a little bit too cold now. So and I do feel the cold, so I'm a little bit of a wuss when it comes down to that. One thing that I just wanted to, before I go over the points and topics I wanted to run over today, basically I wanted just to do an overview of my channel, and hopefully put some minds to rest as to the reasoning why I'm putting this content out onto YouTube, making myself public, putting my face out there in the public domain, is purely to tell the story of my targeting experiences that I've encountered over the past, or the covert stuff, or the covert stuff was probably started about 20 years ago after the incident I had with the Freemason Sun, where they took me to court, etc, etc, etc. The overt stuff, i.e. the home invasions, the poisonings, and the gang stalking, and all of them stupid scenarios that we're faced with as targeted individuals, probably started around 7 or 8 years ago. So basically I want to just give you an overview. You know, if you've not taken the time to go through my videos, then you've probably not got a real full understanding of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So first off, before you start commenting on this video, take a little bit of time and go and do some research on myself and my name. You'll find there's plenty of information out there. Just Google Shane Gibbs, and you'll probably come up with all of the company information from my almost decimated limited company that I formed about 15-16 years ago now. I'm also, as a recommendation, I've actually I'm wearing a black t-shirt today. So so anybody, I don't mean to laugh, but it's just so comical. Anybody that feels that I'm a perpetrator, or I'm actually targeting you with hand signals and color-coded t-shirts and stupid stuff, that to be honest with you, if you can't get over that side of the targeting, then I can pretty much guarantee you that you've got no hope of attaining any freedom from this horrendous program that we've all found ourselves put into. So please go back and do some further research and actually watch the videos. The original idea that I had when I first started, and before I actually sort of started my YouTube channel, was purely to rectify the damage that and the ridicule basically that was done through the Vice TV documentary that went out to meet the targeted individuals, or meet the targeted individual community, something like that. To be honest with you, I'm not too interested. Basically, my main interest has come from well, basically what I'm looking to do is to rectify the issues and put my whole story out there on YouTube. which is where Vice TV failed miserably, actually. And so I thought I'd take it on myself to start my own channel and to put out the full story, the full facts, and the information. And another comment that apparently is going around, that I'm an SAS operative. Oh, let me just show you something. There is a soldier in my family, or an ex-soldier. It's my younger brother, Dean Gibbs. That is my younger brother, Dean Gibbs. He's ex-military. He spent 7 years in the armed forces fighting for Queen and country, and he, on his second term of tour of duty in Northern Ireland, he actually left the army with PTSD. That picture is of my younger brother laying there on life support machine after he was severely attacked by members of Kent Police. Now, all of this pathetic jibber jabbering about me being this and me being a perp and me doing all these funny little hand signals and all that sort of stuff and wearing blue t-shirts. If I want to wear a blue t-shirt, I will wear a blue t-shirt. If I get an itchy nose, I'm going to scratch my nose. If I get an itchy ear, I'm going to scratch my ear. Get over it, people. It is ridiculous, some of the stuff that, you know, there's guys out there making videos and putting them up on YouTube, addressed to me personally. So what is that achieving? You know, you're actually causing more harm within the community. You're actually causing more division within the community. So you obviously are not looking to find some kind of freedom or some kind of release from this program. If all you want to do is go around belittling and talking down and ridiculing true targeted individuals, I don't need to prove myself to you or to anybody else. My story is in my videos, and if you take the time to watch my videos, you will get the full rundown and the full picture of what is and what has happened to me over the many years that I've been a targeted individual. So let's do a little bit of a recap, shall we? The gang stalking. Let's talk about the gang stalking, because it seems to be a massive stage of the program that quite apparently there's a lot of victims that don't seem to be able to deal with. They don't understand that what they're doing, and I'm not having a go. You know, I'm not pointing the finger, I'm not calling you names, I'm not saying that you're a perpetrator, I'm not saying that you're an SAS operative. I'm basically just giving you some information and some experiences that I've been through over the years. So let's start with the gang stalking. Let me give you a little bit of advice when it comes down to dealing with gang stalking. First off, whatever you do, don't go out with your camcorder at the silly times of the day and night taping nothing. I mean, these guys do it covertly. You know, it's only for your benefit. So effectively, if anybody else is in the area, then they're just going to see nothing. So all of the videos that you're doing where you're poking your camera out behind your curtains in your home, and you're videoing people pulling up outside your property and claiming that they're targeting you, claiming that they're a perpetrator, people doing workmen out in the street, you know, doing work, an honest day's work, they're not targeting you, brother. They're doing a day's work, and all you're doing by putting these, the guy in question, yeah, I've got to mention your name. I believe your name's Jamie or James, if I remember rightly from one of your videos. You go under the pseudonym on YouTube as Night of Thunder. Okay, you've got over 1,300 short videos that are basically showing nothing. I mean, you claim that you want to be expose the program, and you've been exposing it since 2015. I've been in this godforsaken program since 1997. A little bit of advice: if you want to start really helping the TI community and helping yourself, then I would suggest that you first off put your real name up. put your real face in front of the camera. Start giving real life experiences that you've actually encountered throughout your targeting from, I don't know, was it you said you've been targeted for the past couple of years, since 2015? Because what you're doing, 1,300, over 1,300 videos, and it's achieved what? In my opinion, basically, I mean, this program is designed to actually ridicule you and actually make out that you've got some kind of mental health problem or some kind of paranoid schizophrenic disorder. Now, I'm not saying you have, I'm not claiming you have, I'm not calling you names, I'm not calling you mentally ill. All I'm saying is the video and the footage that you've been so so insistent in putting out there. 1,300 videos, and to be honest with you, I've not really taken the time to go through 1,300 videos. I've looked at a good dozen or so of your videos, and I have gained no knowledge, absolutely no knowledge, no insights. All you've got is you behind a camera taping and recording ambulances going down the street, workmen knocking on wood and actually working out in public. You know, people do actually do work. You know, ambulances do go down the street. I do understand where you're coming from, but if you can't get over the gang stalking side of this program, you've got no hope. Seriously, and I mean that. Unless you can overcome and stop paying the gang stalkers that you believe are stalking you, and they do. Until you stop paying them attention, the more attention you pay them with all of these videos, the more they're going to do it to you, the more stalking that you're going to encounter, the more harassment that you're going to be confronted with. So a little bit of advice: start putting out some decent stuff. I believe that your other mate, Target in Aberdeen, has taken it on himself to form a new targeted individual type channel where he states he's going to be getting testimonies up for TIs. That's great, fantastic. You mean, I wish you well with that. I honestly do. You know, from the bottom of my heart, I hope it all works out for you. But please stop going around accusing people with silly accusations about the coloured t-shirt that I'm wearing, or the person's wearing, or the hand signals because the guy's got a cold and he hasn't got a tissue and he cuffs his nose. That is absolutely ridiculous. Can you not actually see that? You know, I'm sure you're a nice guy, I really am, but you're running about this and going about exposing this problem, in my opinion, from the wrong angle. You need to start looking at, what have you achieved after 1,300 videos? You know, who has been in touch with you? And how many other TIs are actually sort of like forming with you and coming on side with you? That's the question you need to start asking yourself. So I would suggest that you start working a little bit more closely with your partner in crime, Mr. Targeted in Aberdeen, and start doing some proper activism. Start giving some proper advice. Start giving the people that you're going to be interviewing and getting their testimonies, you know, start giving them that little glimmer of hope that we all need. You know, all targeted individuals need that. So yeah, that's enough about that sort of things. You know, people are saying, oh, don't pay attention and don't buy and don't do this and don't do that. At the end of the day, I'm trying to give some in my opinion, I'm trying to give some advice through my YouTube channel as to not only what I've been through my testimony, that you will find if you take the time to go and listen to my videos from the first one. There's only about 20 odd videos that I've done since I started just over a month ago, so it won't take you forever to actually understand what I am talking about. You know, if I was a perpetrator, would I be putting myself out there in the public domain? Would I be putting my home address in full view for the whole of the world to see? You need to think about this. You know, before you start pointing the finger, before you start becoming to be honest with you, becoming some kind of and some form of perpetrator yourself. You know, it's not on. it's not going to be tolerated, and it certainly won't be digested from true targeted individuals, because they don't want that bickering, that childish behaviour that seems to be so apparent. You know, I've done videos about this. You know, I've done one a little while ago called Care in the Community. You know, until we start coming together, until we start working with each other, or actually forming your own groups, which is what it looks like you guys are doing. You know, this is the action that we need. You know, this is the activism that this program and targeted individuals so desperately need. So start coming together. Bring, you know, strengths and weaknesses. Bring a team together. Form a team. Start a team that you can trust. A team that you can rely on. A team that you know are going to be loyal and going to do what they say they can do. Similar sort of thing to what we're doing with TI Television. TI Television is, like I've mentioned in previous videos, it's basically a platform for UK-based TIs to, one, get their story out, to give out information through the platform, and basically give advice and knowledge and a kind ear and an open door, basically, for true targeted individuals to come on board and start fighting this as a collective. Because until we start coming together and forming groups around the country, and stop pointing the finger, and to start with, get over the gang stalking, mate. You know, a little bit of advice with a company. Yeah, this is what I did. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Now, I used to get followed everywhere. It was pretty obvious what was going on. You know, you used to get the police cars following you, in front of you, behind you, sirens going everywhere. You're right, the hand signals and all that sort of stuff. But it didn't take me long to actually understand what these fools were doing. So basically what I started doing is I started interacting with these people, which is what I'm suggesting that you try and do, you know, but interact with them from a rational perspective. If you feel that someone is acting and you believe that they're a perpetrator, then what I did is I actually turned tail and confronted that person and just basically, hey, hello mate, how you doing? Oh, I ain't seen you for years and years. They are not trained to be able to deal with interacting with their targets. The gang stalking side of this program is probably, you know, I would swap places with you any day of the week, seriously. You know, because if all you're having to deal with is gang stalking, then boy, you're a lucky man. You really are a lucky man. So try and settle yourself down a bit. You know, stop pointing the finger. Start actually confronting the problems that you're confronted with on a daily basis by these absolute idiots out on the street. These covert or overt agents of darkness, let's call them. Just so you know, this is a black t-shirt, it's not a blue t-shirt. So I did take your advice on a couple of things. So yeah, you've got to learn to deal with the gang stalking, because if you can't get over the gang stalking, you've really got no chance of being able to deal with any other aspect of this program. This is a multi-level, no-touch torture, life-destroying program. The first lower levels is the gang stalking, you know, the slander, the character assassination, and the gang stalking. I don't get gang stalked anymore. So, and I most certainly would not go out and video people that are walking around the street, whether I feel that they're gang stalkers or not. This program is designed to mimic mental illness, mental health problems, and it's designed specifically so that when you start going out and you start running around, chasing around with your camcorder and audio recording ambulances and police cars and poking your camcorder through your net curtains and calling everyone a perp and he's a perp and it's ridiculous. It's childish, and you sound like you're a pretty well, genuine, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna say you're not. All I can see is that certain people do find it very, very hard to be able to deal with the gang stalking side of this program. So to start with, stop playing into their hands, because every time that you're out there running around with a camcorder, videoing someone walking their dog, or someone doing a bit of work outside your house, or a delivery driver pulls up to deliver a pizza, these guys are they're not gang stalking you. They're going about their daily business. You know when you're being gang stalked, because it's obvious. The colour harassment side of things that a lot of people have trouble dealing with. It's just colour. They're just colours. The same as you get a lot of TIs that have real trouble, and they tend to get their camcorders out when they get a helicopter flying above them. The aerial stalking is a reality. I know it does go on, but effectively, what are they going to do to you? They're in a helicopter. They're in an aeroplane, sort of like a few thousand foot above your head. And even if they are carrying some kind of directed energy device or directed energy weapon, once it flies over you, it's gone. So what? I don't understand it. So start thinking about what you're doing, thinking about the information that you're putting out there onto your YouTube channels, and start doing some real activism. Give us your story, give us your full story, before your targeting began, how it began, what you can remember of the early stages. Because it all starts in your local community. It all starts with character assassination. It all starts with slandering of your good name and your reputation, because that's how they turn people against you. So I'm not expecting you to take this advice, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to sort of smooth over the rubbish that's over the past week. I've got better things to be doing than sitting here defending myself from another apparent so-called TI. I'm not going to do it. I really am not going to do it. It's your choice. If you feel that I'm targeting you through my videos, then you've got issues, bro. Serious issues. Because if you've not taken the time to watch my videos, you've got no idea what I've been through. You've got no idea what my family's been through. I've just shown you a picture of the only soldier in my family. Just seeing my little brother laying there on life support after he was attacked by civil officers from Kent County Constabulary. And so he's a perpetrator as well, yeah? You've got to listen to what you're saying. You've got to listen to what you people are coming out with. It's absolute garbage. And you mean, if anybody's acting like a perpetrator, if anybody's causing division within the community, take a look at number one, mate. Because it's actually you that's doing it. And I'm not just saying it's you. There's loads of it that goes on, especially not only on YouTube now that I'm being made aware of, but also through the Facebook and everywhere else. The Twitter and all of that shenanigans. Get out and do some real hardcore activism. Get yourself some leaflets printed. Get yourself some real solid information, so you can start getting the word out to try and get this evil program exposed to the masses, because that's the only way that we're going to gain freedom from this. It's not going to come. You're not going to gain freedom from this from slagging each other off and pointing the finger at any opportunity that you feel you've got, because that's immature, childish, and it means that you are weak. And I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion. It means that you are not able to deal with the low levels of the program. And gang stalking, I've got to tell you, is one of the lowest levels that this program entails. If you can't deal with a gang stalking, when you've got no hope, So yeah, that basically fills in what I wanted to do today. Like I said, we had a great day filming for TI Television over the weekend. We've got a studio booked for next weekend, I believe, where we're going to start the first testimonies, taking the first testimonies, and we'll take it from there. As soon as I've got all of my banners and marketing material that that I've been working on and designing this morning, then I shall obviously show you guys when that arrives. I believe it's going to be about a week to 10 days before the print firm actually gets it all processed and sent out to me. So you don't have to take my advice, but before you go starting pointing the finger, you know, actually understand and realise who you're pointing the finger at, rather than jumping to conclusions about the t-shirts and the oh my god, he's a perp. I'm not a fucking perp. I've got an itchy nose, bruv. And if you go back and look at a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos ago, I actually say and state that I had come down with a case of man flu. That's all it is. You know, you have been sensitized to the signals, you have been sensitized to the colours, you have been sensitized to the sirens, you have been sensitized to any tiny little noise, knock, whoever, person, people walking their dogs, people going in the shops to buy a kebab or something to eat. Do you not see that is absolutely ridiculous? Do you not actually see that when people are viewing that content, they are wondering what the hell they're supposed to be looking at? So on that note, I'll end this video here. I didn't actually realise I've been going on that long, 26-27 minutes. So TIs, remain strong, remain defiant, never give up the fight, and try and chill out a little bit, people. You know, because this is hard enough to deal with on an individual basis without other people jumping on the bandwagon and start pointing the finger and chucking accusations and being absolutely pathetically childish and immature, in my opinion. So again, this is my opinion. You know, don't take my word for it. I insist you don't take my word for it. Go back and do your own research. Look at my channel from start to finish, and then come back and tell me that I'm a perpetrator. Because if you do at that point come back and tell me I'm a perpetrator, then I will start advertising the fact that you are not to be trusted, you are not to be listened to, your YouTube channel is a waste of time. But I'm not doing that. I'm giving you the opportunity. Oh my god, sorry, I did itchy nose. Seriously, you know, I had a shave this morning and I've got a little bit of dry skin on my nose, so I scratched it. That doesn't mean that I'm giving you subliminal subliminal messaging and all of that shenanigans. I'm itching your nose, for God's sake. Come on, mate. I mean, this is pointless, absolutely pointless. So yeah, that's enough for today. I'll get back to you at some stage later on in the week with I had a few more ideas about what I wanted to talk about today, but because we had the filming done at the weekend and obviously the horrendous amount of attacks from so-called TIs that don't even put their face out, and they all work under pseudonyms. So who's the perpetrator? Me, Shane Gibbs, who lives in Sheerness, who's given poured my heart out to my YouTube channel about what they've done, not only to myself but to my family. Who's the mystery one? Who's the mystery man? Because it's certainly not me. And I certainly don't work for the military. And just on a note, you did mention that before I go, you did mention that I was wearing a hoodie tracksuit top that had the word army on the. That was a Christmas present. A member of my family bought that for me last Christmas. So make of that what you will, and make of this video what you will. I'm sure you will. You've all probably made your own opinion up, acting as judge and jury, which is pathetic. So I'll leave it there for today. I've had enough. I've been sitting in front of this computer for far too long, and I need to get a bit of fresh air. So take care, TIs. Look after each other. Remain defiant. Stay strong. Never give up the fight. And I'll see you all again sometime soon. Take care. Take care, TIs. And thanks YouTube for allowing this content to go out. So without that, then nobody would be able to be getting their information and their stories and testimonies out there onto this platform. So yeah, once again, thanks very much, YouTube. So that's it for now. Take care, and I'll catch up with you again real soon.